Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Freedom Entrepreneur Podcast, the ultimate destination for all you freedom seekers out there who are yearning to break free from the chains of a traditional job and create an online business that allows you to live life on your terms. Get ready to unlock the secrets of online business, digital marketing, and be inspired by incredible interviews with those who are already living the dream. And now, please join us in welcoming your host, Lindsay Sutherland, a high-performance business consultant and a true advocate of the laptop lifestyle.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Freedom Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Lindsay Sutherland, and I am so excited to have you here with me today. I specialize in helping people find freedom through online business. And so if you're here listening to this podcast or today's your first time diving in, we're going to get deep into a mindset episode because it is Monday Mindset. But definitely subscribe to the show because we have a lot to cover between online business strategies as well as tech tips and, of course, our Monday Mindset episodes. So one of the things that I've been on a quest for over the last year or so has been to find freedom. It's specifically a topic that has been dear to my heart, something I've really been passionate about exploring for myself. And now I'm ready to share that with you guys. Because what I found over the last, what has it been, almost 3 years of podcasting in this space is a lot of people talk about freedom coming from time freedom and financial freedom. And I'm about to kind of blow the lid off that. Not kind of, I'm about to blow the lid off that because over the last year, I finally came to a new conclusion. And you know what? One of the things that really helped me see this was about a year ago, we sold one of our assets, one of our real estate assets, and we had a surplus of money in the bank account. And I was at the grocery store, I was checking out, and I went to go put my debit card in, and I had this fear just sink into my belly like, oh my God, is it going to get declined? Obviously, I knew there was money in the bank account, so it became really clear to me in that moment that maybe there's more to this than just having money. Like clearly there was a mindset issue going on there, right? Now, meanwhile, I've also been able to experience time freedom in vastly different ways. So I've even gone so far as to take a whole year off of working just to be a mommy and spend time with my kids and be Susie Homemaker. And that was unsatisfying. Later, I thought, okay, I enjoy working. So I had worked at a really great company. After COVID, I decided to take it home, homeschool my kids. And I thought, this is what I've been looking for, this flexibility and this freedom to have balance between work and being a mom. And yet, still that had its challenges. Even when my kids went back to school full time and I've been building my business by myself, it's been a constant time versus money conundrum that I've been just staring at, trying to figure out, how does freedom come from this? What am I missing here? And I'll tell you what I was missing. I was missing the fact that I was trying to fix things outside of me to feel this sense of freedom and relief. And safety really is what it boils down to. And ultimately, I've decided that freedom is an inside job. It comes from within us. It has nothing to do with time or money. It has nothing to do with relationships or anything that we might think is a block in our life. I've talked to a lot of people about, what would make you feel free? And sometimes it isn't even just about time or money. That's like a quick solution. What they really want is this freedom to be able to go where they want, when they want, and so on. And the fact of the matter is, it's not even that level. It's deeper than that. Today, we are launching a freedom workshop. I guess we could call it a freedom workshop. Every Monday, I'm going to be coming onto the show. We're going to be talking about the pursuit of freedom. And I'm going to be bringing you some deep thinking questions to help you explore your own journey of what really can make you feel free. Because here's the cool part. You could feel freedom and happiness and joy right now before the time and before the money and before all the things come together. And in fact, when you feel that sense of freedom and that joy and that purpose, all of a sudden, all the things kind of come together on their own. It's really interesting how that happens. And on the flip side, if you don't do this deep inner work and you go and pursue these passions and these things outside of you, that you think are the answer to the question, you're going to find you're still not satisfied. It's like, when is it enough? When am I finally going to get it? Many of you know my story that my parents both passed away before they made it to retirement. And that's kind of been my mission in life, is to feel this sense of build a meaningful connection in my life, build it with people, build it with my family, build it with my friends. And mostly, I want to build it with myself. I want to feel like my life has meaning and purpose and that I'm living it, that I'm doing more than just creating time or money, that I'm literally in joy each and every day as I do what I do. And I have to say, the deeper I did this, the more the more inside of myself I went, the cooler it's just been. I'm trying to articulate what I'm trying to say here. It's like I'm visualizing it. I finally realized that I needed to stop listening to everybody else and stop trying all the things, that it had very little to do with strategy and it had a heck of a lot more to do with my mindset. And when I got really focused and serious about that, and I started noticing some of these deep blocks, like, the money not being there and feeling like I'm going to be out of money in a week when I had plenty of money in the bank account. I finally saw it. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is happening inside of me, and I'm creating this world outside of me because of what I'm feeling on the inside." So I reversed everything. I started doing the deep inner work. I started journaling and reading and just going on this self-discovery journey, this pursuit of freedom. And that, my friends, is what I want to help you uncover. So today, I've got 3 questions to get you started. And your homework essentially is to grab a piece of paper, write these questions down. And if it comes to you, some of the answers might come to you really quickly. Some of them, though, you might want to sit down in a quiet space and really think on it. Or just do what I sometimes do, is I'll just think on something for a while, like for a week or two. And it just comes up while I'm driving or cooking dinner or cleaning house or something. And then all of a sudden I get like an epiphany. And so you might get that too. And let's dive in. So let's dive into these 3 questions here. So the first question is, what area of your life do you feel the most restricted in? Because this is probably the precursor to the next question. This is that one thing in your life where you feel like it's the huge hurdle. You have to fix this problem in your way, holding you back from where you want to be. And it could be you think the answer is time, you think the answer is money, maybe you think it's both, maybe it's a human who's not aligning with you and who just seems to be a stick in the mud. It just doesn't matter. Write down, what area of your life do you feel most restricted in? And you could also pull back and think even more broadly. Is it your career? Is it your health? Is it your mindset even? Is it your fitness? Is it your relationships? Is it your financial? Looking at it more broadly. So what area of your life do you feel the most restricted in? It could be more than one area. Just put it all down. The second question is, this is a common thing that I see people think, and I've been guilty of it too. If this happens, then that, right? So if or when I'm making 10K months consistently in my business, then I will travel. I will get a massage on a regular basis. I'll hire that housekeeper, whatever it is. It's like, what is it that you think you have to achieve today before you can get this reward? See, we do this thing to ourselves, or we psych ourselves up to believe that we have to achieve something in order to receive something. It's almost like we have to earn our keep. And now that's going to come up again. So just think about that for a second. But the question I would ask you, though, is, what are you really seeking? When I want a housekeeper, I'll tell you what I'm really seeking. I'm seeking peace, because when my house is clean, I feel calmer. I feel happier. I feel like not guilty cuddling with my kid watching her favorite TV show instead of like my mind racing about all the things I need to do. I'm seeking happiness. That's really what a housekeeper is going to do for me, right? So the question becomes, pay attention to where you're setting parameters in your life. If this, then that thinking. And then part 2 of that question is, what are you really seeking? Now, the third question is, and this is a doozy. Do you feel fully accepted in life? Do you feel like you're good enough? And that goes back to that point a moment ago that I just made that's so significant, because the truth of the matter is that a lot of times we don't feel free because we don't feel like we've finished something. Our pursuit of freedom is a pursuit. It's not a result. And the thing of it is our mindset makes it a result. Freedom becomes a result of making money, getting more time, traveling, having flexibility. We've made those decisions. And I ask you to truly ask yourself right now, today, skip all the outside circumstances, skip the needing to make a passive income or reoccurring income or whatever. Just imagine if right now, the way your life is, do you feel fully accepted in every area? Do you feel like you can just go be yourself and be enough? You don't worry about saying the right thing or saying the wrong thing, or are you getting enough appreciation or acceptance from people around you, maybe in your career? Are you striving for something more and needing approval from somebody outside of you? Those are all signs that we don't feel accepted and we don't feel like we're enough. And ultimately, the root of lack of freedom is a lack of acceptance. It's because we really believe that we have to achieve something first. And today I want to invite you to ponder that. Just next time you're driving down the road, or you're doing the dishes, or you're mowing the lawn, I want you to say, what if this was all I needed to do today? What if this was it? What if this was enough? What if I didn't have a next to do or a next thing? What if this was all I needed to be free, to be happy? And imagine what that would feel like. All right. Thanks for tuning in as always. Bye for now. Until next time, stay motivated, stay focused, and remember that the power to create the life that you want is already within you. I'm Lindsay Sutherland, and I'll catch you on the next episode of the Freedom Entrepreneur Podcast.
Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this episode of the Freedom Entrepreneur Podcast, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share the podcast with your fellow freedom seekers. Together, we'll inspire and empower countless individuals to live life on their own terms.